Hey you guys, this is Brandy of Sunshine Plans and Stickers. So I decided to do a voiceover on this video. There was lots of background noise and things like that. I'm kind of going out of my comfort zone just a little bit on this spread because I'm not really a fan of the color pink. However, when I pulled this week out and I had put the sticker over January and February, it ended up being a pink one. So I pulled out my Bright Florals from Kelva Plan and decided to use those with it. I haven't used this book very much, so I thought it would be a really good book to use. I found some floral washi that doesn't really match the florals of the book. However, it does have some of the same color schemes in it, so I thought it might work. So on my teacher layout, I always divide up the right-hand side of the page to a to-do list on the left and a reminder list on the right. And then I have those bottom two sections that I use for purely decoration. Just makes me happy. And then I'll take washi on the left-hand side and put it underneath each day so that my eyes are drawn to the three boxes that I need for that day. And it kind of keeps me organized, keeps me centered. And then I'll take some of the floral washi that I used on the other side and put it up against the solid just to give it a little pop, a little different stuff. This spread really came out interesting because, like I said, these colors are not some that I would usually use, but I think it turned out pretty nice. I'm going to put some washi up at the top, and what's funny is I always put header boxes up at the top. So I could put the left-hand column is always lesson plans for me, the middle is always meetings, and the right-hand column is always notes. And I usually use the smaller header boxes. And this would have worked had I pulled out smaller header boxes, but I didn't. The boxes that were in the Kelva Plan book were a little bit bigger. They're quarter boxes, around half boxes. I can't remember. But anyway, so I ended up covering up the washi that I put on top, but that's okay. So now what I'm looking for is boxes to put in the lesson plan column. I always like to have a box on every day. It just makes my lesson plan that I need for that day kind of stand out a little bit. And I like that. It helps me stay organized. As soon as I open up my work planner to see what I've got going on that day, what meetings I have, my to-dos and things, my eye just, focuses on that lesson plan, and it just helps me out, gives me a good, quick view of what I'll be doing that day with the kiddos. And if I need to change it or need to adjust something, that's one of the first things I'll do. So I really like to have those boxes in that column right there. Now, here's me thinking I'm going to use one of these hexagons at the bottom. What the heck was I thinking? Yeah, no, that would not have looked good. I realized, oh yeah, that's not going to work. So I went back and found another box that was that didn't have any florals in it. A lot of those boxes, the size that I was looking for, had florals in them, and I needed something that didn't have florals. I needed a blank box, so I went ahead and picked another square box. I don't know what I was thinking with the hexagon, but luckily I stayed away from it. So now I get to the fun part. I start decorating the bottom right hand side. And so I started with this beautiful corner floral, and it's just like, bam, here I am. Again, not in my favorite colors, but you know what? I really think it's pretty. I really think it came out very, very nice. Um, those flowers and stuff in that Caliber plan book are just really, really beautiful. So I'm adding more flowers, and then I'm going to cut this one in half so that I can use it up at the top. Since I have those two areas of space to decorate, I like to put lots and lots of decorations in there, whether it be flowers or quotes or whatever it may be. I like to put lots in there. Although ended up with some weird white spaces, but that's all right. It is what it is, and I really think it came out good. So the last thing I'm going to do on here is I was looking at the top of the page on the right hand side. Well, before that, I was going to try and find some flowers or something to put by the days, but what I have is just too big. I tried cutting one of the decorative vertical boxes, and it works okay at the bottom. I cut it into fours, of course, making rectangles. It worked okay at the bottom. I picked one to put at the bottom, but obviously the other ones were a little bit too big for the rest of it. So just we'll hang on to those little pieces and use them next time. So my last thing I'm going to do is decorate the top a little bit because there's just all kinds of white space up at the top. It's room to put something new. I mean, put something different, put some pretty flowers or something. So that's what I'm going to use. So I went back to the hexagons because it's not really a shape I would normally use, but then those decorative hexagons are really pretty. So I cut them in half so that they would fit up at the top, and then decided to change so I wouldn't have like those big white triangles there. I decided to flip it, take one half and flip it the other direction so that I wouldn't have so much white space, those white triangles to begin with, and gives me a little bit more area to decorate by flipping it upside down instead of putting it in the same direction as the other one. So I went all the way across, matching those up, trying to match them as best as I could. And it still leaves a little bit of white space up above and below when I'm lining it up with the top edge of the page or the top line of the layout there. But I think it still kind of came out nice. Gives you a little bit more area to decorate, a little bit more zhuzh to it, I think. So here is my final spread for the week of February 30th through the 3rd. Sorry, January 30th through February 3rd. I really hope you like it. And if you like it, please hit the like button. If you would like to see more of my videos, please hit the subscribe button. And I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye-bye.